So let's start with factoring a number. Every number has factors. Factors are two numbers that can be multiplied together to create another number. For example, let's find the factors of 28. So I go ahead and I write out all the factors. All these numbers would multiply together to make 28. So 1 times 28, 2 times 14, 4 times 7. But most people forget about negative numbers in algebra, so we have to include the negative numbers as well. So negative 1 and negative 28, negative 2 and negative 14, and negative 4 and negative 7. Those are all factors of 28. Now let's talk about GCF, the greatest common factor. And the greatest common factor is the largest factor that two numbers share. So let's do an example of finding the GCF. Let's find the GCF of 16x squared and negative 14x. So I'm going to break down 16 and negative 14 into the prime factors using this prime factorization tree. So 16 breaks down into 1 and 16, the 16 breaks down to 2 and 8, the 8 into 4 and 2, and then the 4 breaks down into 2 and 2. The negative 14 breaks down into negative 1 and 14, and then the 14 breaks down into 2 and 7. Then we circle all the ends of every branch because those are the numbers that can't be factored anymore, and those are called the primes. Then we take the primes and we write them out. So 16x squared is like saying 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times x. And the same thing for negative 14x. Now let's take a second and talk about where the x's came from. The reason we have two x's is because it's 16x squared. That means two x's multiplied together. The negative 14x has one x because it's just x raised to the first power. We take those two factorizations and we write them out, and we figure out which ones they have in common. And if you notice, they have the 2 and an x in common. So the greatest common factor of 16x squared and negative 14x is 2x.